Alright, welcome back to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you another collective energy reading or live donation reading if you're interested. Can you hear me is my first. Okay, so, alright, let's try that again. I didn't even know I could do that. Let's see. I need a check-in. Somebody let me know they can hear me. Oh, shit. Let me know if you can hear me. I need to know in the chat because we just had to do a restart. All right. Let's see. Hear me? I need to know in the chat. Okay. We just had to do a restart. All right. So I know you can hear me. Much better now. Hey, Carmen. How you doing, boo? All right. So, all right, let's get back into it because luckily, if the sun went out, it went out nice and early. So let's get back to it. All right. So, peace. All right. So let's speak to it. The first card we got is a barrier. Were you, so Rochelle, Black Cherry, were you able to hear me initially and then the sound went out? Or when you came on, were you not able to hear me? Peace, Larry. Or when you came on, so there was no sound initially. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all can hear me now. Thanks for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. All right, so I don't know what happened, why y'all couldn't hear me. I don't know what the audio problem is. Please, if it goes completely silent for more than 2 minutes, besides me saying, hold on 1 second, you know, let me know. Let me know if you see me moving around, shuffling around again, and you cannot hear me. Okay. So, the first card we got was barrier. And Spirit said that sometimes barriers or what we feel is rejection is God's protection. And there's times when we need to stop trying to break down a barrier to understand that that barrier is not meant for us to cross. Spirit's way of protecting us from something that we either weren't ready for or in the long run was not good for us. Okay. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a partnership, career, sometimes you don't get the job that you want, but then you find out later nobody liked that company anyway. That barrier was not for you to cross. Then there's times when them barriers are for you to cross because you're going to bump your head until you do it, right? And then you get there and realize you didn't like it. There's the lesson in that too. But this particular barrier, because I had to mention that though, it could be also a boundary. Spirit protecting you from something or someone. There's deception here in current energy. So somebody in someone's life is very deceptive. Okay. And there's pride and ego. I'm getting pride and ego. I'm getting like somebody caught up. So like if you read the thumbnail, the first thing Spirit said is somebody's too self-absorbed to course correct. Right? And if you read the title, and I'm going to give you the downloads. Now, the download message came from a conversation today. Fair exchange ain't robbery. Why? Because everything in life needs to be reciprocal. That's why when you come up against some sort of barrier and you can't get back what you are investing in or you putting in, right? Then you have to learn when to turn around, when to let it go, when to leave it alone, right? And then the next download was um water does not affect fake flowers. Sometimes we want to invest in people and invest in situations that weren't meant to grow, that have no intention of growing. They want to be frozen in time. They want to not change. They want to stay the way they are. And you have to learn the difference between a real fat flower, fake flower. You cannot, it's no point in putting fake flowers in dirt, watering them regularly till they dry out. No need to fertilize them. No need to put all of that nurturing and effort into something that is meant to be fake, meant to not grow. Oh boy. Let me see. I'm being nosy. So, with that being said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Thank you for coming, ringing that bell. You know, when you do like, share, and subscribe, those are energetic donations to the channel. They don't cost you a thing. And they're very much appreciated on this channel. It helps us grow. And we plan on growing and growing and growing throughout the year, throughout the years. But I appreciate y'all coming. All right. All right. So, again, if y'all have any problems hearing me, please indicate that. Okay, thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're interested in a live donation reading, today's your day, the time's your time. But we will finish the collective reading. Now, somebody is trying to put you in nostalgic energy. If this resonates with you, if this does not resonate with you, you're not in touch with somebody, this does not have anything to do with you, take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, it's cool. Do not take it. This is not going to force the fit type of reading. This might resonate with somebody else's story that you know, but it doesn't have to be yours, right? Um, and we got self-worth. What I was saying earlier in the previous live that y'all couldn't hear, unfortunately, was that when you listen to spirit and you stop trying to break down a barrier that wasn't meant to be broken, that could potentially put you in, how to put it, frustration or sadness or disappointment, shame, and or regret, like any of those negative energies, spirit wants to redirect you back to your self-worth. And then sometimes people's deception, their pride and their ego issues, even them trying to put you in nostalgia, can put you, they don't realize that they are spinning your top and forcing you to look back at yourself so that you focus on your self-worth. A lot of times people don't realize they push you into your greatness. Because if you were holding space and holding time, trying to invest in somebody, and it finally clicks. It finally clicks. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing this wrong. I'm not loving on myself. I'm not watering and fertilizing myself the way I need to be. When that clicks, all of a sudden your self-worth blooms. And then your overall energy is you start to go a new direction. Because you realize you don't need to water fake flowers no more. You gotta fake it till you make it. You ain't gotta do it for them. You do it for you. That's the real thing. You wake up with a purpose. That purpose is you. Not somebody else, what they can give you, what they could do for you, for you. You fight through everything you fight through for you. You work on yourself for you. All right. All right, so take that how it resonates. Let's clarify this barrier. What was the barrier to, Spirit? And thank y'all for coming back. I don't know what happened to the sound, but thank y'all for coming back. I appreciate it. And your likes, and your shares, and your attention. Tell me my spirit. Ooh. Oh, shit. So it was a barrier to the tribe? Maybe you didn't fit in. Maybe you weren't meant to be a part of that tribe. Tell me more. Unless you are the one with the boundaries to the tribe. Take it how it resonates and you will know the difference. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, somebody is bound with deception. This is giving devil energy. Somebody just wants some kind of control over you. Somebody wanted to hold on to you. Somebody wanted you in their life for what you could do for them, what you can offer them. I'm getting very selfish energy. Somebody who just wanted their needs met. And that's therefore there's no exchange in that. When somebody just wants their needs met, they're not going to give back. A person that just wants their needs met will do the bare minimum to appear as if they're a partner, but only to feed whatever their desires are. You know, they say wintertime is that, especially leading into the fall, from the fall, leading into the, to the springtime, is that homosexual time. You know, that time where they just want a place to stay, and you got a warm bed, and you got food, and it's comfortable where you are, and they might be on hard times, and they can't get a job, and therefore, here they go, and they find somebody nice, somebody sweet, somebody who is nurturing, empathetic, and they show up. And this is the same type of person that would be in their pride and ego. Same type of person would deceive you as if they want something more, which they don't, because they're in their pride and ego where they think they're better. But it's really them being very self-absorbed, feeling entitled to someone nice or kind or whatever, and trying to put you in nostalgic energy. That's the challenge and the lesson. Trying to get you to hold on to them. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about this pride and ego. Yeah. This person stays in contemplation energy. This is the type of person that's always strategizing. What's my next move? How can I, if this person put an ounce of that contemplative energy into how to improve their own selves, instead of plotting on you or plotting on people in general, they'd be so much further in life. But this person's whole MO is, how do I use somebody? How can I get over on somebody? How can I control the narrative with the person that I'm interested in controlling? But see, the thing is, you breaking free from that because your self-worth is intact, and that's an unlikely outcome. So, Spirit, tell me about nostalgia. Why is that in challenge or lesson, Spirit? Come on, one at a time. Stuck. This person wants you to be stuck with them. What I tell you about that flower, y'all? What I tell you about that fake flower? You see this? Fake flower. This is a flower that you just put some oily fragrance in there, and it permeates the room. It's a really nice thing. I think it only could be used one time, but it still smells good. I like it. I don't have to fertilize this. It's not real. I don't have to water it. I don't have to put it in direct sunlight for it to do what it's supposed to do. It's just to look pretty. It's just to stay put. Right? And somebody here wants you to stay put. Spirit said they just want you, they want to be the flower in your life to look pretty because they think they all that. They want you to be stuck on them. They want to be able to control you, and they're constantly contemplating on how to do that. The thing is, They are misusing their own energy on you, on how to keep you stuck to them instead of how to grow themselves. Not realizing that if they would grow themselves, it would grow their union with you. But Spirit is, I feel like y'all woke up. I do. I feel like a lot of people woke up. And I got confirmation of that because I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you in a sec. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me about this self-worth. One at a time, please. One at a time. Stop sticking, please. Okay. Somebody wants to either believe that you are twin flames or you to believe that y'all are twin flames. And if in fact this is what they call a twin flame, what this person effectively did does not mean y'all gonna be together. But what it does mean is they cause you to focus on your self-worth because of the way they contemplated this relationship. They got you feeling like, I don't need this. I'd rather be free. Because a twin flame union, from all the knowledge I have about it, is that it's a very karmic type of relationship. Whether they call it karmic or not, you're going to learn something about yourself. A lot about yourself, because you're mirroring. Somebody is mirroring you. You are mirroring them. You guys are dealing with trauma and wounds. You guys have a lot in common, but at the same time, you don't. You're very different. And it can be a very painful experience because you care deeply. You love deeply for a person that claims to love you back, but can't show it or won't show it. So it's kind of like secure attachment with avoidant attachment styles. And those don't work. You'll have people tell you that if you just bend over backwards and be secure, and if you just, stand sturdy and strong and show them that you are unfazed and that, what they say, that you're supportive and you're always there, that somehow the person just starts to get it one day. Don't know about that. Don't know. It feels like watering a fake flower. It feels like trying to be secure in a situation with a fake flower. Myanmar, Olivia, I just had to touch the chat for a second. Hi. So, this person would want to control you. But Spirit said, overall, you go in a new direction is your justice. You focusing on your self-worth, not worried about a connection, not allowing the attachment to somebody rule or dictate where you should go and how you should be in life, is your justice. Your freedom from a connection that's not making you happy, not supportive of you, not focused on you, not showing you love, not reciprocating. Again, fair exchange ain't robbery. So if they're not reciprocating the love and the nurture that you're putting in them, and they are in fact a fake flower, Spirit says, stop watering that flower. Dig it up. It don't belong in that dirt. It don't need to be fertilized. It don't need water and sunlight. It's a fake flower. Recognize how fake it is. Let it be where it want to be, what it want to be. Let's do some kipperish deck. But yeah, sometimes people will take your kindness for granted. They will assume a lot. Especially flowers that feel like, I'm entitled. That pride and ego is there. I could be deceptive. I'll make this person think I'm a beautiful. You ever go to the Home Depot, Walmart, or any of those type of big box commercial stores, and you go, oh my God, that flower is so beautiful. It's in a pot, got something like dirt over it. I've seen it with cactus. You know, one of the things about those cactuses, they have these little pretty flowers on the top. Them things are glued on. They're so fake. The cactus might be real, but the flower is fake. And I feel like this person is prickly with deception, kind of like a cactus with one of them fake flowers on top. That's the barrier. They hurt you. This is the type of person that will hurt you the closer you attempt to get with them. This person would like to keep you trapped in the stallion, stuck where they are, in their head, with their wounds. This is not someone who wants to grow. I don't get that. I get that. You are focused on your self-worth, therefore you are unbothered. You are going in a new direction, therefore that is your justice. That is how you balance your life. Not putting in effort into something that don't put effort back into you. I'm telling you, fair exchange ain't robbery. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, so, this person was the type of person that had you in confusion and illusion, right? You didn't know where you stood with them. This is the type of person, they don't know where they stand with themselves. A person that does not love themselves cannot love you. A person that's constantly in confusion and dealing with pain but will not take accountability for their pain, meaning they won't seek the help, the outlet, the things that they need to heal from it, will keep you in a confusion and delusion. They don't know who they are. So how in the world are they going to know who you are, right? And this is giving that energy of somebody who they hurt. The tribe, they hurt. Their tribe hurt them. You know how they say hurt people, and it's true. You don't have to bleed on anybody, but people who have not dealt with their shit, they bleed on you even if it's not intentional. They will bleed on you because they haven't done the work to not bleed on you. That's what we have to remember. When we start getting into our self-work, we start realizing our pains, our wounds. And if you have a good heart, good intentions, you're not going to want to hurt nobody like you've been hurt. You're not going to put somebody through what you went through. Actually, you have to also take inventory of what you've been through so you don't turn that on somebody else. I remember I told somebody, don't be like those people that hurt you. Don't be like them. Do everything in your power not to be like those people that hurt you. And they told me yes, and turned out to be almost everything like them. And the thing is, that's because they did not work on their stuff. And it's their journey. It's their journey. This person wants you bound to them. You was told there are so many times in my life because I couldn't have. I didn't understand that whole sentence because I could have destroyed a lot of people. Wait a minute, what? I was told there's so many times in my life because I couldn't have destroyed a lot of people. I don't understand what you mean exactly. I think I know where you're going with it, but I didn't catch the sentence. But yeah, so this person was deceptive and this person wants control. This person contemplates that because of their pride and ego. This person, you know what it is when a person wants control? They want control in a way that means they don't have to put in the work and they don't have to take accountability. They don't have to put in effort, right? So the contemplative energy that this person has is more about how do I do this with the least amount of effort on my part. And if this person is truly an avoidant, they're the type of person that wants you to want them more than they want you. That makes sense, right? They want you to be in love. They want you to make all the moves. They want you to be the one that's broken and heartbroken should y'all break up or end the connection. And then they can ride off into the sunset. And that works for them, in the short term. But in the long term, when you just, okay, we broke up, we moved on. I let go, you let go, and they think, oh wow, this is a relief. I don't have to stand. I don't have to grow. I don't have to change. I could be this fake flower. I could look beautiful for everybody, and I don't have you to tell me that I am not growing. I don't have you to be accountable to, right? This is what they think initially. And so they feel elated. And a lot of us will think that avoidant person has moved on and they're happy in their life. Until they realize when you moved on, it's not because y'all gonna do that dance anymore. When you moved on to self-worth. When you moved on, you're not looking back and you're not in nostalgia. When you moved on, you realize the deception that was played upon you. When you move on, spirit rewards you with a balanced life, because now you can go plant your seeds somewhere else and you can go nourish and grow you. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I understand. Mm-hmm. Right. Hurt people hurt people. And it's very crucial not to turn into the people that hurt us. A lot of times the hurt comes from our parents, whether it's abuse or abandonment wounds, some sort of trauma we endured while in their care. But they are usually, typically the guardians are the core of our trauma, the core of our wounds. But when we address our wounds, like, okay, let me unpack this. Let me, it's not that you're going to relive what they did to you, but you have to sometimes come to terms with that this actually happened to me. This actually hurt me. And I don't want to hurt like that anymore. I want to acknowledge it. I want to heal from it. Then I want to move on, right? And for a lot of people, they will stay in the hurt and they will get trapped. And that's where the flower comes in. You know what I'm saying? Um, they become a frozen in time. That's where they become that plastic, that fake flower, that acrylic flower. They frozen in time. They know how to look the part. They know how to act the part, dress the part temporarily. But when it comes to doing the inner work, the growth, when it comes to connecting with another person and being with them and going through the life cycles with them, they can't do it because they're frozen as that acrylic flower. They're mimicking something healthy, but they're in fact, there's nothing running through them veins. They hollow. You said people who don't hurt others are stronger. It speaks to a solid yeah, it does speak to a solid character, somebody with integrity. Now, we can hurt others inadvertently, but that's where the accountability is required. That's where apologies come in. That's where truth, understanding, that's where reckoning comes in. Because I don't care how good of a person you are, somewhere along the line, you may have hurt somebody inadvertently. And that's fine. Sometimes you hurt people with the truth and they can't handle it. Sometimes we just hurt people because we missed the key. We missed the mark. Like, for example, you have a friend going through something and you didn't check in with them, right? You just blah 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 blah, and you don't realize they're sad. They're upset. You didn't comfort them. You didn't ask them. You didn't offer anything. You just dumped on them, trauma dumped on them, unintentionally, but you dumped on them possibly, only to find out really they were dealing with something extremely heavy. And if you had known, you would have thought, "Mom, that my problems pale in comparison. I have to understand what my friend is going through." And sometimes we don't get that at that moment in time, right? So it's okay to go back to your friend. I'm sorry, I didn't listen to you. How is your day? What do you have going on? How can I be there for you? Right? We are imperfectly perfect. You know what I'm saying? We not always gonna get it right. But if you're not going around intentionally hurting people or unintentionally hurting people and not apologizing or not trying to make it better, hey, your character is questionable. And what I would say about this person here that I'm seeing is they're confused about life, who they are. They didn't know that they could be a real flower. Instead, they decided to be fake. This is somebody who will people please. This is somebody who will show off for the tribe. Not the real person. Not the person that's trying to put the fertilizer in, trying to grow this connection and trying to make little flower babies. Pollinate and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? No. This person is like, I'm good the way I am. And there's confusion with that, but they think they're good the way they are. These are the type of people that don't want to acknowledge the hurt that they came from and therefore are unwilling to move beyond it, unwilling to grow beyond it. Tell me more, Spirit. And here you are. I'm not even surprised she showed up. I am not even surprised she showed up. So, I feel like this person is back to pattern recognition. It's back to understanding what people attempt to hurt you with. You recognize this pattern. This person wants to bound you up. They want control. They lie. You see it. You recognize this person is always in contemplation of energy, which means they're constantly thinking about you, but not in the way they need to be thinking, not in a way that would be healthy. I feel like this is something you may be over because you're not trying to be stuck in this energy. You know what I'm saying? That's right, supernatural genie. Let them stay in the dark. Exactly. Listen, it's not your job to enlighten everybody. It's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to direct them on their path. Now, a lot of times that mirroring will do it. Whether you want it to or not, people get something from you, right? But it's okay. Let them take what they understand. It's just not your job to fix anybody. All right, so we got relationship. This person is always, so they're always thinking about you. The relationship is given for a swords because this is clarifying contemplations. They're always thinking about the relationship between you and them, right? But your person got too much pride and ego. They got too much pride and ego to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. This person, not only they're always thinking about you, but in nostalgia of the good things. But again, of the things that you do for them. Okay? This is the type of person that I don't think they're too self-absorbed to realize what it is that they should do. Again, they're in that confusion energy. Tell me more, Spirit. The problem is with grown adults that haven't grown is that they're a child in an adult body. People stop in their they stop their own growth and development based on their trauma. And they have the conscious choice that they must make. You can't make it, I can't make it, no one can make it, right? They have to make it for themselves. Everybody has to choose. Do I want to stay the same and keep experiencing the same types of things in my life? Or do I want to soar and grow? Do I want to reap the benefits of, being a mature individual who makes good choices, treats people well, and accept the way good treatment comes, right? Some people like the trauma they come from. Not because, you're supposed to, but they get accustomed to it and then they like to relive it. It's an addiction. And then it's really a choice to stop being addicted to things that hurt you. But some people get so conditioned to it that I only say they don't they don't necessarily thrive in it, but they keep inviting that into their life because they won't choose to do better. Yes, arrested development, exactly. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we got jealous and envy. Listen, there is nothing more dangerous than an insecure person in your life. Insecure people, they want to feed off your light, but they don't want to acknowledge your light, right? Because they want that thing you have. They want that energy you got. They want that what people see in you, they want to have it, right? And jealous and insecure people will be very sneaky. That's where the deception comes in, because they will pretend to like you, but it's really they like something about you. Again, what I said is this person, your person, whoever this is that resonates with you. If it don't resonate, don't take it. But whoever this person is, they want what you can do, who you are. And Spirit said they also want your attention. Okay, this is somebody that craves attention or craves the validation from the connection that you have with them. And being that you're in that unbothered energy, they want it even more. Tell me more. Excuse me. What's the likely outcome with the self-worth and twin flame energy? So I feel like, so Spirit said that when you focus on yourself and your self-worth and you became more unbothered, this person feels like you did something to them. They feel like you caused them this health concern. And I don't mean that it's physical, but it could be depression. It could be obsession. It could be some other NPD kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Something that they could have a personality disorder that causes them to blame others. Like not causes them to, but would create that environment where they're going to be jealous and envious and stuff because they ain't worked through their shit. They just haven't. But I feel like it's a mental health thing that they already have that they may project onto you or blame you for. And so a lot of times people take manipulation and twist things around and then find a reason to blame you. So this person might be saying, oh, this person did spell work on me. They tried to trick me. They trying to give me a love spell and make me fall in love. I don't understand why I'm so but here it is. This person um this person is really kind of stuck on you, on this relationship, but they're not in a mentally healthy space. So this is somebody that you may have to distance yourself with long term or permanently. I don't feel like this is something that anybody should want to stay focused in. Don't spam the channel, please. because we block over here. This is not a personal reading. This is a collective, respectfully. So this person, they may project a lot of whatever their issues are onto you because of the unwillingness to grow. And that causes um okay. That causes mental health concerns. Mental health concerns end up leading into physical health concerns. Because if your mental is connected to, well, not just if, your mental is connected to that vagus nerve, right? Vagus nerve, whatever they call it, right? That nerve extends throughout your body to multiple organs. And especially, I'm going to name two others, your heart and your stomach, right? So your digestive system, rather, and your heart. All of those three are connected through the vagus nerve. That vagus nerve needs to be well fed and nourished. But if you have stressors, if you are stressing yourself, an obsession will create a stress. This person's mental can't be right. Their stomach, if the way they eat and take care of themselves is not right, it's going to mess with their head. It's going to mess with their heart. All of those things combined are like three brains, all connected together. They all have to work together to sustain the body. And I feel like somebody is working themselves into a tizzy over you, over the fact that you're in a new direction, over the fact that you're balancing your own scales, that you're receiving the justice that you deserve. However, Spirit said, pull it back. They're getting justice too. So it may be their karma that they're receiving, you know. But I do feel like, and Spirit said, not only do they think you did something to them because you're unbothered and they're the ones bothered now, they could be trying something to lure you back, right? They could be trying their own version of a love spell, thinking they're retaliating, thinking that they're going to control you. Because there's clearly somebody who wants to control you here. They want you to be stuck in nostalgic energy, if you see that. And then what clarified that is the word stuck. Is the person stuck in the mud. This person is in their dark night of the soul type energy, and they want you there with them because they don't understand. This is giving somebody who does not understand how you could be unbothered, how you could be good without the relationship, without the connection. This is what they see. This is what they want. They can't understand how you could be like deuces. And the thing is, you recognize the patterns, the problems, the deception. And instead of holding on to the deception, you let it go. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about a dream I had, right? So I had a dream about somebody. Well, really it was about me, but they were in the dream, right? So I'm at this theater. It was outside of like a complex, like a grocery store. And you know how there's multiplex, like 24plex, 18. Well, this was a one movie theater. And they would play the latest movies, but they also would allow people to rent out the theater. So apparently I had rented out the theater. I had this dream right before New Year's came in. So I feel like it was not New Year's Eve, but the day before New Year's Eve. And in this theater, I was able to show a movie about my life, like something I put together about my life. So apparently, at the time of that showing, it was well received, and I was pleased with it. I felt like it was worth my time, my money. And then somebody I know, I don't know why I was back at the theater that particular day. I was after the event, but this person who was an avoidant from my life, in my real life, they're avoidant, so we're not in communication. And so they sat down and we began to talk. I don't remember the context of the conversation initially, but at some point in time, I explained to them how I had rented that theater and I had shown the story of my life and it was well received and they missed it. And I told them, I said, yeah, when you talk to the people, They let you rent it. I was like, oh wow, that's a great idea. Let me try it. And I did it. And I was really proud of myself for doing that and how well it was received. So shortly we talked a little bit more, and shortly after that they got up. I said, oh, where you going? They said, I'm going home. I said, oh, already? I said, do you plan on doing what I did? And they was like, yep. I was like, wow, okay. And as they were leaving, I got hot. I got pissed for a hot second. And then when I say a second, and then my spirit said, no, they let them do what they want to do. It's okay. I don't care what they do. They can do it. And they left and went on their merry way with the intention of coming back to that theater, renting the theater, and trying to do the same thing that I did. Well, I detached from the anger energy so quick, I surprised myself. And I did a little dream interpretation on it. And it was told to me that um, me showing a film and it being well received amongst people was me validating my own journey and my own story, right? Them not being there wasn't really an issue. It was, I'm proud of my life no matter what, which I resonated with that interpretation. And then the symbolism of this person being there and then choosing to take information from me made them a taker and a mimic. I want you to pay attention. Made them a taker and a mimic, because this person thought, this insecure person thought they could listen to me, get the blueprint from me, then go and duplicate that blueprint and achieve the same success. And it doesn't work like that. They don't have my sauce. Okay? They don't have my lived experience. They will not have my success. Now, whatever success they go on to have, God bless them. But they will not be able to duplicate my efforts and get what I got. The other thing it taught me was that me choosing a small theater meant I had quality over quantity. I didn't need to sell out a stadium to talk about my life. I chose select individuals to come and enjoy the show who resonate with me and I resonate with them. Meaning I had my fair exchange with those that want to be present in my life and vice versa. And this person came late. This person came, took the information and left. And I was told in my interpretation that I showed great growth from emotionally detaching from that person and whatever they got going on, and whatever, and not having any expectation about anything with that was emotional growth. And I appreciate that because it's true. And I literally woke up feeling brand new on New Year's. Not from that dream, because that was like 2 days before, but something shifted in the energy. And then I was on one of them apps, probably Instagram, and I don't remember what the post was, but I remember in the comment section there was somebody saying, I don't know about y'all, but I felt different. And then a lot of people were talking about the timing, how the ball didn't drop. I didn't see it drop, so I don't know if it did or not. But a lot of people were talking about how the New York City ball didn't drop at midnight, that it was already midnight and they were still counting down. Like they were like 30 second, 20 something to 30-second delay. And I'm like, really? I never got to see the ball drop because I don't subscribe to cable to get the live TV the way that is. I got live TV, but they didn't show it. So there's something energetically that is shifting, that's making things literally lighter on a spiritual level. I wish I could explain it, but I would say personally, I was happy to see that there were so many people in that comment section that were attempting to explain what I know I had experienced. I hope for yourself that as you're heading into this new year, right? Or this new calendar year, that your weight from these situations and people like this gets lighter, that you are on a path of growth and enlightenment, that you allow spirit to move on your behalf, to open doors for you, to close old doors that don't serve you, to pull your energy into your own self-worth and your own self-love instead of watering fake flowers. Tell me more, spirit. Oops. And I just saw it. Self-love just showed up. Yeah, love offer. This is the Ace of Cups. Loving yourself. Being intentional with you. It's like working from your overflow. Also, Spirit said, and not accepting every offer that comes your way. Because a person who doesn't love themselves cannot possibly love you. A person who's insecure, jealous, and envious, they don't love themselves. They sitting there worried about the wrong things, the wrong people, the wrong situation. They don't love you. So you be careful with accepting love offers from people who clearly show they don't love themselves. Yeah, this person is getting their karma. They're receiving, for somebody to be deceptive of you and want control of you, their karma is you being unbothered, uninterested, no energy involved. Like, for me, there's people that were in my life that I don't even have it to give. Like, I don't have it to give. That's truly unbothered. When you don't even, I can't think of how it could work. I can't make it work in my mind. I don't have it to give. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. And this person and their pride and ego is a divine masculine underneath the surface. In their higher energy and their higher self, this person is a divine masculine. That's who they are when they're sitting there thinking about this relationship. But who they are on the surface, they let pride and ego take over. So they become more karmic. They become more like a karmic masculine. Tell me more about this jealousy, envy, stuck, nostalgic energy, Spirit. Destruction. That's never going to work. Nine plus 4 is 15. 1 and 5 is 4. So this home is destructive. Whatever they're in, whatever they're stuck in, whatever they won't move from is being torn asunder. Even the nostalgic energy that they're in, whoever is going through this right now, I feel like this is your person. Whatever they're going through right now got their whole life upside down. No car, no house. They don't even know where they're going to get their mail or their check from. They don't know what fruits they're going to eat from. Look at them fields. Cloud of dust, cloud of confusion, chaos and conflict. And all because this person is stuck in this jealous and envy is energy. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we got false. I think this person would rather, Spirit said, rather believe lies. Spirit said they would also like to tell lies. Spirit said they're in trouble financially or legally because of fraud or some sort of forgery. They could have put something in somebody's name or somebody could put something in their name. But they dealing with some bad documents, Spirit said. Oh, shit. And what's the bottom of the deck? Abandonment. On this person got abandonment wounds. That's what they got their spirit all jacked up. And that's creating endings in their life. These abandonment wounds that they have, you know. Listen, you take it how it resonates. This person could have a lot of law issues. Um, Somebody could recently exited their life, and they feel abandoned by that person. Yeah, it could be causing a lot of confusion and illusion. It could have something to do with you exiting their life. But this person has abandonment issues. I feel like they predate you. Because if you're a secure attached individual, right? If somebody transitions from your life, meaning they move away, or you decide it's not going to work, you're not going to stay in a state of nostalgia. You're not going to be broken up all the time. You're going to move on and heal. You're going to be able to release the situation and recognize when it's not good for you. You're going to be able to let that go. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all ring that bell anytime I come on. But you're going to be able to release this person with love, because you know that you don't control them. You don't need to hold them. It's just love. It's only love, right? And letting somebody go, be what they want to be, do whatever that is that they came to do, is a form of love. Not trying to control them is a form of love, right? So this person has abandonment issues that they have not worked through. A secure attachment is going to be unbothered because you're going to heal. You're not sitting there waiting. You're not sitting there stressing. You're not sitting there worrying. You're not. This person isn't got all the energy they don't need to be in because they're unwilling to heal. That's what it boils down to. This person got a lot of other shit going on because they're unwilling to heal. This person is in chaos and conflict energy because they're unwilling to heal. A fake flower don't need water. It will not affect them. So whatever energy, when you're in secure attachment, you also recognize that putting too much energy in a situation that's not growing is futile. It makes no sense to invest in something or someone who could care less, or who will refuse the support, energy, or whatever, attention. But but fair exchange is not robbery, right? So this person, though, keep in mind, they really did like the energy that you did pour into them. They really would like to bind you to them and keep you stuck to them. Now they're in this contemplation energy because they want to somehow keep the relationship. But they can't keep something if they're not unwilling to grow. You on your self-worth journey. This indicates growth and new life, right? This indicates new possibilities. This indicates self-care and self-love, right? Self-esteem. This person can't keep you in that nostalgic energy. You're not going to be stuck with them. It's not about pride and ego with self-worth. It's about I love me energy. Pride and ego is that mask that keeps people away through fear. That means I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be really recognized and heard. I just want you to look at me. I want you to appreciate what you see, but not what's within me. This person can't deal with the depths of a person like you when you have self-worth. This person might have liked you in the beginning of a connection when you were willing to give, because naturally that's who you are. But Spirit gave you discernment. Spirit gave you pattern recognition. Spirit showed you where the cyclic energy is. Spirit showed you where they had those abandonment issues, how they got mental health concerns, that need to be dealt with, where their deception lies. An empathic person cannot deal well with someone who consistently gaslights them and lies to them about whatever. That will always disturb an empathic person's soul. I know me as an empath, I can't. For you to lie to me consistently and expect me to believe it, it's like you saying you just stupid. You're just a dummy, and I can't personally accept that. So I would rather you go ahead and lie. You can lie to yourself all you want, I'm going to be in this energy right here. I'm good. I'm going to focus on me. Why? Because that's the safest place for me to be. Is unbothered, focusing on my self-worth. Peace. You keep them lies. You keep them foolishness. You can stay stuck. You can stay bound to whatever it is that you want to stay stuck and bound to. But you won't trap me and stick me. Okay. I don't do that. I can't do that. I hope y'all don't do that. Honestly. Take it how it resonate, y'all. But yeah. Alright, so let's do a quick let me see. What do I want to use? I'm gonna use this growth. I'm gonna use this Oracle growth, repair, evolution, and growth. Yes. Alright, Spirit, what's the advice? What is the advice that this collective needs? Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Like, share, subscribe, and thank y'all for coming to the channel. Alright, Spirit, what is the advice they need? Better boundaries, communication. Creating boundaries requires self-love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out or being unkind. It's about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. Clear communication is needed to keep your boundaries intact. So I feel like if you haven't already, it's time to have that conversation. State your boundaries. Listen, I can't do all that lying, all that deception. You wear the mask a little bit too comfortable with that pride and ego. I deal with real love, not nostalgic energy, because we need to grow. Nostalgic energy is living in the past, wanting to relive the days that you used to have. We are different people now, right? So where's the growth? I feel like this person don't have it, but you do. Tell me more, Spirit. What is this? What does my collective need to go? No. Oops. Yep. Time to evolve. Decisions. It says it's not a negative situation, but a necessary one. Having the awareness to see it from your soul's perspective, that you can choose much of this before you incarnate is needed. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that you chose much of this before you incarnate is needed. This releases the victimhood mentality and pulls back your power. We must go through trials and tribulations as an opportunity to evolve. How you choose to interpret the situation hinges on your growth or not. So again, fake flowers don't accept water. You know, they're not affected by water. Why? Because they're not intended to grow. So this person has to decide, do they want to be a fake flower or do they want to be a real one? Do they want to grow or not? That's what they got to decide. I feel like you've already become the flower you were meant to be. You already are experiencing the life cycles you're supposed to have. You're growing from those life cycles that you have experienced. Tell me more, Spirit. Oops, what's that? Awakening expansion. You have been receiving messages that it's time for your soul to expand beyond the 3D vision. You are an old soul that is here to do many great things. You have come to realize that through doing the hard work and merging with your higher self, there's no going back. So enjoy this new way of being by having acceptance and inner peace and moving forward. That was like my dream. It was an awakening to my expansion. Take that how it resonates for you. I'm to take it for me, because we're now in a part of Spirit is going to give you message after message. If you can ignore it, the choice is yours, right? I see pattern recognitions everywhere. I see them through numbers. I see them through letters. I see them through signs and other symbols. I see them through my dreams. I hear them, right? And so I open up to Spirit to say, okay, well, what are you trying to show me with that? I want to explore more. Show me more, Spirit. Show me how good it can get. That's what I want, right? And so many of us are going through this awakening, and it feels physical now. I remember I'd wake up New Year like, oh man, I think this is going to be a good year. And it'd be so many trials and tribulations and feel like this was different than anything I had ever experienced, y'all. It feels physical now. The veil is like, whatever veil it was is damn near gone. It's like something that just dissipates in the wind. The veil is falling apart. We see through shit. And it's very important to keep your clarity and your vision intact. Tell me more, Spirit. Hi, Roxanne. I'm not doing signs right now. I'm just doing a collective. And I don't know if I'm going to do signs that doesn't get the viewership that justify doing it on my channel for some reason. It works for other people, but it don't work for me. Like, it don't. I'll be in here crickets. But if y'all would like me to try that again, I have no problem reading the signs. Tell me more. I do actually like reading it. I just don't understand why, people be like, oh, Capricorn. Well, I'm not a Capricorn. And they just go, shit, we got it all in our chart. Anyway, old wound patterns. See, this is the challenge and the lesson. This is the appropriate card. So we attract what we need to heal. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us. Didn't I say that earlier? This person they keep attracting the same type of people, going through the same type of thing because they're not willing to grow. Until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release, the cycle will continue. Go within to heal the pain, layer by layer, to find joy again. Ashe. What's the likely outcome, Spirit? Thanks for coming to the channel, Roxanne. Thank you all for coming to the channel, Supernatural, Jeannie, and everybody else. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. And Happy New Year, y'all. All right. And then letting go. This cycle has ended, and it's time to let go to experience new growth. Ashe. It is vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what is holding you back. Change is necessary in this situation. See, listen. Go within. I'm telling you. Release this situation, this deception, these false narratives, the connection, the attachment. You cannot. It's like, when you move through life, you need to be as light as a feather as you can be, right? Within reason. If you're a parent, take your children with you. If you're married, go on with your spouse. But don't hold on to dead weight, right? Those are the friends that you've known for like 30 years, but they don't want to change. They don't want to grow. You might have known them for 10 years, 5 years, whatever. If they are something that is like a ball and a chain and it ain't your spouse, let that go. What are you holding on to? People who want to go to the club all the time and you've outgrown the club, but yet you still find yourself dragged to some place you don't want to be. Let that go. And the bottom of the deck, excuse me, it says, intuition, wisdom, gifts. Honor your innate ability to see psychically and trust your gut feelings. Trust your guidance and the vibration you feel. When you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses rush in. Look into expanding your gifts by taking classes, diary, meditating, and listening to your inner voice. It's time to start trusting yourself. Sometimes we let people get in our ear. That's where that benefit of the doubt come in. And kind of, press on us to see it their way. Spirit said, trust your intuition. Trust your own gifts. Trust how you feel. I lost a friend in high school because they were fighting at the event we went to. And I mean, we literally just got there and the fight started. And I was like, yeah, not tonight, Satan. We're not doing this. I got back on the phone, called my bonus mom. I said, when Daddy get there, tell him to come right back and get us, because I'm not doing all night of this. And, she was, back in the day, we'd call her fast. She was a little horny. She wanted to see the boys. And I was like, yeah, I like to see the boys too. But guess what? I'm not about to deal with how do I find an exit exit? How do people, how do I avoid being trampled on? I guess I was the Debbie Downer. I give a fuck. I trusted my intuition. And every time that I have done that in my life, I can look back and know that certain circumstances, my life was spared. I was meant to be here, right? And that me changing the direction of where I could have been just because somebody wanted me to be there spared me. That's my self-worth. And the fact that I lost what I thought was a friend was inconsequential to me because I'm still here. I'm blessed. I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm doing what it is I'm supposed to do. And I don't worry about popularity. It ain't about what everybody else wants. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make it make sense. Unfortunately, I was her ride. So I guess that was where that the downfall went. I was so oblivious as a kid, boy. I didn't even realize that I was breaking up the friendship, but wasn't nothing I needed. That wasn't what I needed. I needed to pay attention to what my surroundings, my intuition, my gut. I had to let that lead. I'm not letting nobody put me in no situation where I get stuck. That's not healthy. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. So that's your message. I hope that it resonated with you, made sense for you. I hope it's helpful to you. The readings here that at the spiritual lounge are not to make you sad and disappointment because you gotta let something go. It's so that you become healthier, so that you are focused on things that make you grow and be blessed and full of prosperity, abundance, and healing, so that your life means something to you in ways you never even imagined. That is what the reading is for. So don't be resistant to changing. Don't be resistant to growth. Let that shit the fuck go. Trust your guts and your intuition. Like, these couldn't have been better cards. I didn't know what was going to come out of this deck, but Spirit said that's the deck. And I'm glad I trusted what I heard Spirit said. Them old wounds and patterns, keep in mind, we do attract what we need to grow. We will get those mirrors and that reflection. Spirit will show you just what it is that you need to work on. And then give you a path laid out to choose how you gonna work on it or not. So I appreciate y'all coming. Sorry about, like I said, the sound issues on the first live. I don't know what happened, but here we are again. I hope that again you are blessed. I'm not used to stopping this early because I usually get on around this time, so it feels weird. But I kind of like, you know, I'll be getting on randomly. Like I don't know if I'm gonna set the time anymore. I feel like I'm gonna get on when I can, if I can, because I got a lot going on, and I appreciate having a busier schedule this year. But yeah, anybody got something to say? I didn't realize, if you didn't read, check out the pinned comments. If you're looking for a live donation reading, you can go ahead and follow the pinned comments. And let me know while I put my the decks up, and then I will end the live. If there are nobody, no one wants it, it's fine. It is fine. I will end my night and get on my computer and do these things I need to do. Alright, better batteries. Oh wait. What am I doing? Oh. Let me know in the meantime how the reading resonated with you. Oh, you're welcome. Rich Nature Trip. Nice to meet you if I haven't talked to you before. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming to the live. Like I said, I hope the reading was helpful. be on again this week. Sometime this week, I shall be back. You know, as if the crowd grows, I'll make time. I'll make more time, but I can't make promises. I feel like YouTube want us to be slaves. You know, doing 3 and 5 lives a day, just to get engagement, and I am not that person. But if y'all showing up, I'm that person because I want to be there for my people. You feel me? Thank you for being a subscriber. I definitely appreciate you. You know, if this is your first time coming to the live, welcome. If it's not, definitely welcome back. I know y'all not always here, can't always be. I respect that. Everybody got stuff to do in life. But I do appreciate y'all. Black Cherry, are you stationary yet? You know what that means. Oh, I got this in the deck. But yeah, that dream was profound, and then the interpretation I got was great. And I really appreciate Spirit telling me what I needed to know, because I was like, you know what? You're right, Spirit. I did learn something. And it was such a profound, like, it gave me the symbology of the theater, and being well received. And I do feel like I removed that imposter syndrome I have in my other business, right? Because I feel like when we start certain things, sometimes we start to feel like, am I good enough? Or are they going to be... Listen, what I do in my other life, people tend to do when they got certain high degrees, right? PhDs, master's degrees, you know, and they have all these high degrees. But at the same time, it's not required. And so when I begin to tell people about my actual background, like, okay, I'm a homeschool mom, and I homeschool both of my children to 9th grade, and I've been doing this these activities with children on science base since 2011, I realized I am that chick sometimes. I didn't, you know, like, it's still kind of I don't know why I just, like, slowly took a toe to the point where I'm like, I can accept that's me. Other people will say, girl, you da 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 da. I'm like, yeah. I downplay it. I seriously do. I don't do it for the accolades. But now I'm like, no, I'm that chick, and guess what? I need this, and can you help me with that? Now I'm opening my mouth. Now I'm saying what I need. Now I'm saying what what I need support. Feel me? Anywho, I talked enough, y'all. That's the Gemini Sag and me running my mouth. Appreciate y'all coming. I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to bid y'all adieu. Until the next time. Peace.